All right, folks, welcome to the live stream. I was getting set up on my end here. If you guys want to let me know if you can hear me okay, that would be great. Get a little bit of confirmation of you guys being able to hear me. I see a few people in the chat here. TAJ saying fabrications. Brandon, you producing the beats now? Haha, sounds like you're trying to play the keys over there. The issue there, TAJ, I was having some audio issues. But I was indeed playing some music. Bufo on the Beat, a regular viewer of the channel, produces great music on Audius, and unfortunately, the audio wasn't going through too well. But I invite you to go check out Bufo on the Beat. Forgive me, I don't know if it's Buffo or Bufo on the Beat. Regardless, he's on Audius. Go check him out. Great music, great beats. So, folks. Again, if you guys want to let me know if you can hear me, sounds good. Perfect. Thank you very much. We have a very interesting live stream for anyone. I wanted to go through a building a portfolio from scratch with you guys. I want to start off with 5,000 US dollars and kind of go through the process and go through my approach and how I would go about constructing a crypto portfolio for investing on a long-term time horizon. Now, folks, my intention is for you guys to not just blindly copy whatever I buy, but just to give you guys, some insight into my thought process, how I would go about building a portfolio from scratch today. So, folks, again, if you like the sound of that, you got to smash that like button, because the more likes we get, more likely YouTube is to share the live stream. And if you like us, we want more viewers. So share the stream, like and subscribe. All that good stuff. Now, folks, before we delve into the juicy details, we first got to go through the fact that we just had a monthly close for Bitcoin just a couple minutes ago, closing at above $35,000. Very, very good to see, because we had a monthly candle body close above previously established support. That is very good to see that we did not break down from previously established support. Go over to the 2-month time frame. Again, super good to see that we held these $33, $34, $29,000 regions. Very healthy. When we have large time frame candle bodies closing above support, that is a good sign that the bulls are fighting the bears. 3-month looking good. We closed above 29,000. Key inflection point. 6-month. Super long way to the upside. That is not in fact good. But again, lower time frames, 2-month, 3-month, are looking healthy. We did close above support. Very good to see. And right now we're looking at a 15-second chart of Bitcoin. But if we zoom out a little bit, we can see here that Bitcoin has in fact come back down to retest a trend line and is currently holding as support. Now, I'm sure if you guys follow crypto YouTube, you've seen a dozen versions of this trend line being drawn, and there's different ways to draw it. Okay, people draw it from here. There's half a dozen different ways to draw this. Ultimately, it means about the same thing, which is there's a zone of support kind of below us here. All right, and so we broke out bullishly. We broke down bearishly from this channel, but we retested those previous trend lines and are so far holding in as support. That is a good sign. Good sign. Good to see. We also had a daily candle closing above our trend line. Another good sign, something we want to see. Again, folks, there's different ways you can draw this. Depending on the time frame, you can draw in the wicks you choose. You can draw this differently. Either way, it gets across the same point. There are, there are trend lines over here that are currently holding as support. So, very good sign to see that that we had those monthly candles close above support, and we're currently holding our trend line. We came back for a retest. We broke out bullshit, came back down for a retest, and we're currently holding it as support. Very good sign. Ultimately, I want Bitcoin holding above 35,000. You can see how this is previously a price reactive zone with this wick here, this wick here, this wick here. Very price reactive, so we want to see that hold. And as well, next major level, although there's many, is the VPVR point of control just at 36,000, just under 36,000. So, Bitcoin holding above 35, muy bueno. Bitcoin holding above 36, extra bueno. So, we want to see more bueno continuation, all right? folks, and these are the levels we need to look out for if we want bueno continuation. So, folks, all right, that's what's going on with Bitcoin. Just want to give you guys that brief update. Why don't we start talking about this portfolio? Because I'm excited about this. I hope you guys are. I'm gonna be building a portfolio from scratch. $5,000 US. I'm gonna talk about my approach. Again, the goal of this for me is I'm investing for the long term. I'm building a portfolio to try and sell it at hopefully the end of this bull run. And so I don't know if it's 3 months from now, 6 months from now, or 3 years from now. Whenever it ends up being, hopefully we'll be able to time near a peak of this bull run. And so that's when I do end on taking that's when I do plan on taking profits on this paper portfolio. And I want to see for fun how a portfolio I build from scratch will perform. Again, I don't know if the bull run ends in 3 months, 6 months, 3 years. I'm not too sure. Whenever it is I do decide to take profits on my paper portfolio, I want to see how I performed. And then hopefully too, Messin, who again, folks, for those who don't know, also run the channel. Me and Messin, we both run the channel. We'll also be creating portfolios side by side with each other. So it'll be a little bit of a competition between me and Messin to see whose portfolio will outperform whose. Guys, this is kind of just for it's for fun. It's an interesting thing to see who could build a better performing portfolio. Each one of us will decide when we buy, when we sell. If one of us wants to wait a month to get bullish confirmation out the ass, that's fine. Each person, me and Messin, we're gonna decide for ourselves how long we want to wait before building this portfolio, how long we're going to sell, whether we're going to dollar cost average, put it all at once. It's purely up to ourselves. And so Messin, whenever he decides to start dollar cost averaging and stuff, he will let you guys know. But for now, you guys have me, and it should be a fun one because I'm definitely all about those low cap gems. So we'll definitely be going through a few of those. We'll definitely be going through a lot of altcoins in this live stream, trying to build a portfolio from scratch. So folks, again, like some of that, you gotta like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads. Because I got an email from YouTube, and this is for real. I'm totally being serious. I would never joke about something like this. We received an email saying, "A Millionaire of the Moon, Brandon Messin, you guys are spreading too much knowledge. You're just too right too often, and we can't have this." And they told us we have to stop providing you guys the most valuable information for understanding this market. And we told them, we replied to them, we said, you know what, we're not going to stop. In fact, we're going to double down on giving you guys the most important knowledge you need to succeed in this market. So folks, smash that like button. So let's see what you guys are saying here in the comments. TAJ Fabrications is saying, nice to put a face to the voiceover. Been listening to you for the past 6 weeks. Awesome, thank you. Appreciate that. So, okay, folks, without further ado, let's talk about this portfolio. So I'm doing this through CoinGecko, all right? And so with CoinGecko, you can create a paper portfolio here. So I have $5,000 in USDC, and so I'm gonna be deploying this as of today because Bitcoin is currently holding above support. Ethereum is currently looking strong. We're flipping some layers of resistance into support. We've now had daily candles closing above previous resistance. So, okay, a little bit of bullish confirmation. So I feel okay dollar cost averaging my way into this market. And just to tell you guys my approach, just to begin describing my approach in building a cryptocurrency portfolio from scratch. First, what I want to do is understand your investment time horizon. So I personally think that, well, it's not just that I think, crypto and Bitcoin has historically moved in these 4-year cycles based off the halvings. And according to the last halving, this bull cycle is like the end of September this year. Now, because of this correction we've had, the bull cycle may take longer. Either way, what my point I'm trying to get across here is that I think I have some idea of my investment time horizon. So before I go about building a portfolio, I need to have a sense of how long I'm willing to hold. So I do think this bull run has a good chance based off stock to flow and the golden ratio by trading shot. I do think this bull run has a good chance of ending near the end of this year, whether it's September, whether it's December. I mean, the previous cycle ended in December as well. Or the end of last The end of 2017 is when the 2017 bull run ended. And so I do think there's some reasons to think that the end of this year, around the end of this year, is probably going to be the end of the bull run. And so, okay, great. Now I have established a rough sense of my investment time horizons, because if I'm building a portfolio for a month, if I'm building a portfolio for the next 6 months, I'd go about doing it very differently. So now that I've defined, how long I'm willing to hold, okay, maybe I'm willing to hold around the end of this month. Worst case scenario, if we do enter an extended bear market, again, we've moved in cycles, historically speaking, because of the halvings. This website, which previously was loaded, interesting, it's not loaded right now, was describing how the next halving is likely to be in 2024. So the next bull run cycle is likely to be 2024, 2025, because after each halving for Bitcoin, where the amount of Bitcoin being produced gets cut in half every 4 years roughly, there's always been bull runs after the halvings. And so next bull run, worst case scenario, is 2024, 2025. So again, to even further clarify things, I'm building a portfolio to look to scale out come, September to the end of this year. Worst case scenario, if I start to scale in and we enter in an extended bear market, I plan to hold until 2024, 2025, when the next halving and bull cycle is likely to be. Great. So folks, again, I'm building a portfolio from scratch. When building a portfolio from scratch, you need to have some sense of your investment time horizons. Now that I've defined what the time horizon I'm looking to invest in for, now we can go about actually buying stuff in this market, the exciting stuff. All right, so folks, where to begin here? So when it comes, okay, so one thing here. So because I'm looking to build a portfolio for the long term, right now my focus is just going to be on getting exposure to cryptocurrencies that I think have long-term growth potential, because I have zero exposure to this market right now. And so my plan is to roughly spend $2,000 of the $5,000 I have to spend right now today on the live stream, and then save $3,000 to dollar cost average later on, and buy back more into this market on bullish retests and bullish breakouts once we have more confidence and more confirmation that the Bitcoin bull run can continue. Just to reiterate, my plan is to spend $2,000 today, right now, just to get exposure to cryptocurrencies I think have long-term potential. And so right now my focus is not going to be on perfect entries. Whether I buy something today and it goes down 5, 10, 50% tomorrow, I don't care, because the goal of this right now for myself is just to get exposure, because this is a long-term portfolio. And so that whether, next week after I buy, we're down a couple percentage points, doesn't matter. I'm building this portfolio to hold for 3 to 6 months, if not years. So again, the $2,000 is going to be spent just to get exposure, and then later on with the remaining $3,000, I'm going to be focusing on proper entries, proper bullish confirmation entries, proper retest entries, and so that is the kind of my philosophy when it comes to initially getting exposure to this market and building a portfolio from scratch. So, number one, folks, how do you know what to buy when it comes to cryptocurrency? So, one approach I would take is that I would want to get exposure to some of the major niches, some of the major categories within this market. So if we go to CoinGecko here, we can see that CoinGecko has listed some of the major categories, niches within this cryptocurrency market. While this isn't a perfect definitions, I do believe it gets across the point really well, which is, look, there's smart contract blockchain ecosystems, basically protocols where you can build stuff on top of them. That's something like Ethereum, that's Cardano, that's Polkadot. That's one of the major niches within cryptocurrency. Then there's oracles, things like Chainlink. Oracles provide data from outside a smart contract to within a smart contract. There's things like exchanges. So there's many different niches, and so personally, I'd want to get a little bit of exposure to some of these major niches. NFTs, oracles, exchanges, so on and so forth. But to start off here, the biggest niche in cryptocurrency, aside from Bitcoin, is the smart contract ecosystem, and the leader in that niche, by far, is Ethereum. Ethereum, folks, is becoming deflationary in the very near future here. So it's going to become harder money than Bitcoin very soon. And within the next 1 or 2 years, it's going to become scalable. Ethereum is extremely well positioned to be the leader in the smart contract ecosystem moving forward. Yes, I love Cardano. I own Cardano. I like Polkadot. I own Kusama. There's reasons to like a lot of these other smart contract ecosystems. I own some of these in real life, and I'll be buying some of these right now. But let's not kid ourselves at the same time, folks. Ethereum is extremely well positioned to be the leader in that niche moving forward. So, because I love Ethereum and I think it's severely undervalued, I mean, again, folks, even if tomorrow this drops 20%, we're currently down 49% from all-time highs, basically 50%. This thing has lost half its value from its all-time highs. I mean, even if it falls further, half of the worst case scenario already happened. So again, the worst of what's possible already happened. So worst case scenario, Ethereum drops what, 95% from all-time highs? It already dropped. Let's see how much from all-time highs. What was its low? It dropped 60% from all-time highs. The worst of what's possible already happened. This thing has crazy long-term potential. I think by the end of the bull run, Ethereum has a very good chance of being over $10,000. So again, guys, right now, with my $2,000, I'm trying to spend $2,000 on my $5,000 immediately just to get exposure to assets I think have long-term staying potential. And so right now, I'm not focusing on perfect entries. I'm just focusing on that exposure because again, this is a long-term portfolio, and I think Ethereum has a fighting chance of getting over $10,000 this cycle. So whether I buy in at 2,200 or 2,000, if I'm planning to sell at 10,000, it's not going to make that much of a difference. Again, I don't know if that's 3 months, I don't know if that's 3 years, but eventually I do think it has a good chance of getting there. So what I'm going to do is immediately spend, I'd say anywhere from, I'd say probably $500 on ETH. And again, folks, these are a little bit of, kind of arbitrary numbers, right? But this is my plan here. So let's see how much $500 worth of Ethereum ends up being. So let's see here. 5, 2, 2, 3. All right, 2, 5. All right, there we go. I'm buying $500 worth of Ethereum. Ethereum is my first purchase. So let's see what else you guys are saying here. So I see Thomas Jones is saying, Brandon, you should contact George from Cryptos R Us and get on his channel for more exposure. That is a great idea. I love his channel. In fact, I'm stealing this idea from George from Cryptos R Us. George from Cryptos R Us did this exact thing. He's building a portfolio from scratch, and I watch his channel. I love his stuff, and that's what inspired me to do the same. So it's gonna be fun to see if my if my portfolio can outperform his. So we'll see. I like his channel a lot. I would definitely love to talk to that guy one day. He's super knowledgeable. So yeah, no. Cryptos R Us, George, he's who inspired me to do this kind of 5K challenge. So it's a fun idea. I love it. So yeah, let's keep going here. So at the end, I'll subtract from my $5,000 what I spent. But for now, Ethereum is my number one choice. Number two, all right, so we have a sense of our kind of, of the different niches. But before we take a look at the different niches, this is what I love to do when looking at dollar cost average, which is I go to the front page of CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap, and I see what's down the most on the week that I like. So GERT, the graph, is down the most out of the top 100 cryptocurrencies on the week. In fact, if we go over to CoinCodex here, this is great for kind of seeing different coins, many coins, and how they're performing based off different time frames. More so, this just gives you more options in CoinGecko. So I do believe that the graph was one of the top 100 projects that was down the most, either on a 1 month or 3 month time basis. It was down significantly, and so I don't think, yeah, it doesn't seem like I'm able to find it quite just now. But if we look up GRT, it's down significantly from its all-time highs. So let's pull up the chart here. No, that's the wrong chart. The graph GRT is what I'm looking for. And so let's go back over here to the daily, and let's measure how far we are down from all-time highs. So from all-time highs, GERT, the graph, is down 80% from all-time highs. Folks, I recently heard the graph being described as like the direct inverse of something like Chainlink, where Chainlink brings information from outside a smart contract to within one, but the graph helps to bring information from cryptos, from protocols, from smart contracts to outside them, to the outside world. So think of the graph as the easiest explanation I can think of the graph is think of it as like the direct inverse, the direct opposite of an oracle of Chainlink. So this thing's down 80% from all-time highs. I'm definitely going to want to have a little bit of exposure to this thing. Again, folks, I'm not focusing on perfect entries right now. I'm just focusing on getting exposure. So I'll buy $100 worth of the graph right now. So let's see, how many graph tokens can I buy for let's see here. Yeah, let's see. I'll buy 200 GERT right now. So I'm buying 200 GERT. Great, cool. So GERT is one of the ones on the first page that is down the most in the week. So I like buying good stuff that is down significantly. Number 2, Polygon MATIC, second layer scaling solution for Ethereum. Absolutely a stable in this ecosystem. I mean, even Vitalik Buterin himself has said that after Ethereum 2.0 is fully rolled out, second layer scaling solutions will still be needed. So I would definitely want some exposure to MATIC Polygon. So I will definitely be putting I'd say $100 in MATIC Polygon for now. Again, guys, for those people just tuning in for now, what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to build a portfolio from scratch, turning 5K into hopefully 5 million. Maybe not 5 million, but that is at least hopefully the goal. And so right now I'm trying to spend $2,000 immediately just to get exposure to things I like, and then later on with the next $3,000 I'll focus on better entries and bullish retests and that kind of thing. But for now I'm just trying to get some exposure. So Thomas Jones is saying George was looking for YouTubers the other night to go on his channel. Yeah, you know what, we should definitely hit him up for sure. I wonder if he would have us. I'm curious, because the thing about Cryptosaurus, and look, I watch him. He's a fundamental guy. He's a fundamental analyst, right? Like he knows a lot about the space. He knows a lot about the fundamentals, and I find that he often seemingly is a little bit dismissive of technical analysis, and it's important. And I often find this thorniness between fundamental analysts and technical analysts to be really ironic and really tragic, because the two complement each other. Fundamental analysis and technical analysis complement each other. They're not mutually exclusive. In fact, they benefit each other. So when I see people be like purely fundamentals and TA is garbage, or just only TA and fundamentals is garbage, I'm like, no, the two are great. You should incorporate both. I mean, why would you not? So yeah, man, I do think we would be a good kind of we would bring an interesting perspective to his channel, because he's highly fundamentals and we're more heavy on the TA. So yeah, it would be interesting. So moving on here, I want to go to Coin Codex here, and I want to look at the last 3 months out of the top, let's say 500 coins. What is down the most on a 3-month time scale? So we see that Casper Labs is down 99% from all-time highs. Folks, this is a smart contract blockchain platform that's focused on business adoption. So they're geared towards businesses. The thing that's interesting about Casper Labs is that you can build smart contracts with previously existing coding language. So you don't have to learn a specific crypto coding language with Casper Labs. If you're IBM and you guys use Python, you should be able to create smart contracts with Python or something that's already existing. So it's meant that the whole thing about Casper Labs is that it's a smart contract platform that's geared towards business solutions. And so if cryptocurrency is indeed here to stay, I do think there's no clear leader when it comes to a smart contract blockchain geared towards business. Like Ethereum is the leader in its niche, right? Cardano's up there, Polkadot's up there, Elrond. There's many of them out there that are competing with each other. But there's no clear leader when it comes to specifically fulfilling that need for business. And so Casper Labs, I do think, has a fighting chance of potentially fulfilling that need. At least that's what their mission statement is. And so this thing is currently down 99% from all-time highs. Although I do believe this is due to what happened was they had some issues with their token unlock, and apparently due to some liquidity issues, Casper spikes very suddenly, and so I do think this is actually a little bit off. I do think this is skewed. I don't think we can trust these numbers specifically, but regardless, I do like Casper. It is a bit of a low cap. So if we look up the ticker, let's actually see if we can find the market cap here. So yeah, 85 million market cap, smart contract blockchain platform. Definitely interesting. Definitely something I want to have in my portfolio. Although I will admit this project is very, very new, and so I feel like Casper Network is probably something like the Solana of the next bull run. Just like kind of Solana came out of nowhere the last few months to really just absolutely kill it in the space. I do think Casper Labs is probably going to kind of be like the next cycle Solana. Just I do think it is a bit new. It is a bit unproven. They rolled out very, very recently. And so I don't know how much traction this thing can get this cycle. But I do think it's trying to fulfill a very interesting needed niche that there is no clear leader in its niche quite yet. Again, Casper Network, trying to be a smart contract blockchain specifically for business solutions. So there's no leader in that space yet. And so maybe Casper Labs or Casper Network ends up being the leader. So I want a little bit of exposure to that project. Again, this thing is down quite substantially. Moving on, folks, 2 NFT projects that have been absolutely slaughtered. Superfarm and Eternity Chain. Folks, NFTs are here to stay. We are in the infancy of NFT use case and adoption. It is so stupidly early. Superfarm and Eternity are 2 projects that I think have a fighting chance to stay around, stick around, and be here over the long term. And they're both currently down 87% from all-time highs. That is extremely substantial. And so look, guys, there's tons of great NFT projects out there, but I'm definitely gonna look to get some exposure into the 2 of these projects, just because, again, I like these 2 projects. Elio Trades, crypto YouTuber, super smart guy, really knows his stuff. He's definitely not going anywhere, and so I'm definitely betting on that guy succeeding because he's definitely not going anywhere. Eternity seems to have lots of big partnerships as well. Guys, we had a boom and bust cycle with NFTs, but these 2 projects I do think I have long-term staying potential, and so I will be adding both to my paper portfolio. And so, guys, again, I have 5K to invest. I'm looking to invest roughly 2,000 right now, and so after I buy all these coins, I will then subtract them from my total. So first, let's add Super to our portfolio here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy about $50 each worth of these projects. And guys, this is not a lot. I'm not trying to go heavy right now. The point of just getting a little bit into these projects right now is just to get that initial exposure, and then later on, once Bitcoin starts to look more healthy, later on we could look for better entries. We could look to buy on bullish retests of support, and just have better entries. But for now, I'm just looking to get that initial exposure, and so I'm not focused right now on the perfect entry. Again, I'm just trying to get that exposure. So ERN, let's see what I'm looking at here with ERN. So yeah, okay, so I'll buy 10. I'll buy 10 ERN. There we go. So now we have some exposure to the NFT ecosystem. So let's keep looking here. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm trying to find projects that I think have good fundamentals, long-term staying potential, and that have crashed and burned. Folks, you want to buy, again, not financial advice, but my approach is you want to buy something that you think is good, something that you like, something that you understand, something that you think has long-term staying potential, and that's crashed and burned. Even TrustSwap is one that's potentially interesting for myself. So let's keep looking here. What else are you guys saying while I'm looking? So Thumper is saying, good evening, small cap gem from Noob and Crypto. Yeah, I'm not showing that. Early investor, yeah, bro. I believe you said it before that you guys use TokenMetrics for your research. If so, do you recommend it? Yes, I check out TokenMetrics on a regular basis. And so right now, I'm kind of trying to find what's down substantially that I like. But later on, we're actually going to go through TokenMetrics and potentially buy the dip on some stuff with TokenMetrics suggestions. Again, I don't think TokenMetrics is the end-all be-all. I view TokenMetrics as another tool in my toolbox. It's another data point to consider. And so, you shouldn't, fully base your thoughts off any one factor, but I do think TokenMetrics is a very powerful factor. It was because of TokenMetrics that I found out about MATIC Polygon at 2 cents. MATIC Polygon was my first 100x. I bought into MATIC Polygon at 2 cents and I sold around $2. So it was because of TokenMetrics that I got my first 100x in this market. So folks, again, it's not the end all be all, but I got 100x because of TokenMetrics. So folks, if you again want to support us, if you're interested in TokenMetrics, I invite you to check out our link down in the description below. We have a link. If you sign up using our link, you don't pay anything extra, but it does help us out. And so again, folks, it's not the end all be all, but it was because of TokenMetrics that I found MATIC Polygon at 2 cents and I sold at $2, my first 100x. So I definitely would suggest that if you can easily spare it, we definitely recommend it because they do price predictions and portfolio suggestions based off machine learning, AI research, and quant information. So yeah, I like TokenMetrics. They also send out weekly code reviews on different projects, so they'll review different projects. So I read each one of those. It's interesting to get a review, a rundown on these brand new projects. So, and they have TokenMetrics TV, helpful, good to get a kind of different sense of things. So yeah, no, I would definitely recommend TokenMetrics. I use it regularly. So yeah, link for that is down in the description below. So folks, before we delve heavily into TokenMetrics, let's keep looking here on what's down. One low cap kind of out there gem that I've been dollar cost averaging my way into is Hathor. Nothing crazy, because I do think this project unfortunately does not have a lot of hype, does not have a lot of marketing behind it, and that is what it takes to move the price in this market very often, unfortunately. And so the thing about Hathor, the reason why I like this project is because the whole thing about Hathor network is that they're seeking to be so there's Hathor network is a smart contract blockchain ecosystem similar to Ethereum, Cardano, Polkadot, but they're being different and they're trying to separate themselves from the rest by gearing themselves specifically to super easy tokenization and smart contracts. And so with Hathor network, you can create your own cryptocurrency in a matter of seconds. In 1 minute, you click a few buttons, you put in the ticker, you put in the total supply, and you can create a cryptocurrency super quick. That's the whole point of Hathor network. They want to make it as easy to make a token as it is to make a TikTok. So very interesting project as well with their smart contracts as well. The way smart contracts work on Hathor is that they're called nano contracts, where you can create a quote-unquote smart contract very quickly, very easily. You don't need a lot of coding knowledge, and so it doesn't have the full functionality of something like Cardano or Ethereum, but it's not trying to be Cardano or Ethereum. Hathor is going for super ease of tokenization, and so I like Hathor network a lot. I've been dollar cost averaging my way into this thing, and so for this portfolio, I do want to have some exposure to these smart contract blockchain in kind of a little bit of a different niche. So again, I'm going to buy about $100 worth of this project right now. So let's see how much. How much do I feel like buying right now? Yeah, I'll buy 300 Hathor for the moment. So that's Hathor. Let's keep looking here. I want to find good stuff that has crashed and burned into nothingness, stuff that no one wants to touch, everyone's been selling, but has long-term staying potential. So folks, if you like the sound of this, you gotta do me that favor: like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads. We're just getting into the good stuff here. We've barely started, tons of projects to look out for. So folks, smash that like button, because the more likes we get, more likely YouTube is to share the live stream. So let's see what else you guys are seeing here. Good to see your face finally, Discord Strong. Appreciate that, man. Thank you for the kind words. What are you guys seeing here? Polkadex, Polka Foundry, Polka Starter. I like Polkadex and Decenter. Oh, Decenter, I'm 100% buy those. So, folks, right off the bat, right now, since I'm here on CoinCodex, Audius Audio is basically Spotify on the blockchain. Love this project. It's down 75% from all-time highs. I am buying this thing right now. So, folks, again, guys, do not FOMO, but the point of doing this right now is just to get a little bit of exposure into these projects I like. I'm not looking for the best entry ever. All right, I'm just kind of looking again, just get that little bit of exposure, roughly $100 into each of these projects I like. So that's that. Audio is now purchased. So let's keep looking here. I found one that I like a lot. PCX, ChainX, folks. Oh my god, thing's down 75% from all-time high. So PCX, what is this thing? Why should we care? PCX is a bridge that will allow Bitcoin to move within the Polkadot ecosystem. So we now have Kusama parachains. We will in the near future have Polkadot parachains. And so the Polkadot ecosystem is starting to move. It's starting to show signs of life. And so eventually people will want to use Polkadot DeFi, Polkadot NFTs, Polkadot exchanges, all this stuff. So how do you bring your Bitcoin within the Polkadot ecosystem? Well, you'd have to use something like PCX, where you plug in your Bitcoin to PCX, gives you wrapped Bitcoin, and then you can use that within the Polkadot ecosystem to stake, lend, do whatever the fuck. But PCX is needed, so I like this project a lot. It's down tremendously from all-time highs, 75%. So I do want to get some exposure to this thing, and I do think that ChainX is one of the projects likely to eventually get a parachain slot. So let's see here. I'll buy 30 PCX for the moment. So that's what I'm looking out for with that. Now, let's see what else, folks. Let's see what else is good. Let's keep looking here, folks. Alpha Finance, decentralized exchange for kind of leverage trading. I believe they have staking, high APY, where you take share in the profits that the protocol produces. Very interesting concept. I believe in DeFi. I believe in these exchanges. I think, again, folks, these institutions have barely yet to come in. I think cryptocurrency is going to be a multi-trillion-dollar asset class. So these institutions are going to bring in their billions. They're going to bring in their trillions. And I think they're perhaps like to use alpha. So this thing's down 73% from all-time highs. So I will get some exposure to this project. And it doesn't hurt that the guys from TokenMetrics seem to like alpha, from what I can recall. So Alpha Finance, let's buy $100 worth of this puppy. So let's take a look here. So Alpha Finance, let's buy 250. Alpha Finance for now. Okay, there we go. So, all right, that is that there. I think you guys had some pretty good suggestions earlier. So Big Biz was saying just buy and stake Hex. Same with Fig, and you'll be golden. Look, man, Hex is a little bit controversial for my opinion. Hex has in fact performed extremely well over the last year, but I just think it's too much. It's pumped too much, and there's too much controversy. So, guys, my thing with Hex is my thing with like XRP and my thing with Doge, which is they have somewhat sketchy things behind them. And so when there is some controversy, when there is some sketchiness behind a project, I feel like there's no need to compromise your high standards, because we have literally thousands of investment options in this space. And so there's no need to buy into something that is potentially a little bit sketchy because you have thousands of other options with potentially more solid fundamentals. Again, folks, I'm not trying to be a hater. I hope you Hex boys go to the moon. I hope Hex does 1,000x. But look, it's already done 2,500%, 2,600%. It's growth this year. I mean, it's pretty close to all-time highs. I'm not FOMO buying this thing. I'm definitely not FOMO buying this thing. So look, guys, I hope you Hexicans go to the moon. And look, I watch Kevin Hart sometimes. He's an interesting guy, very knowledgeable. Wait for Pulse Chain. Yeah, man. Look, again, it's a little controversial for me. There's no need to stick my neck out when there's plenty of options out there. So let's see. This is cool learning. New quality diamonds. 100%, folks. Again, when you're trying to build a portfolio, again, not financial advice, but my approach is I try and find stuff that's good, stuff that has long-term staying potential, but that's crashed and burned into nothingness. Because if the bull run does indeed come back, then these projects that have solid fundamentals, according to myself, have a good chance of bouncing back and perhaps doing extremely well. StormX. This is a project that I believe gives you money back or gives you benefits for shopping with crypto. So I'm not super familiar with StormX, but I have kind of briefly looked over it, and it was an interesting project, and it is down like substantially from its all-time highs. So If we zoom out on this chart, yeah, it's down a shit ton for months. Let's look up its chart. I bet you its chart looks super interesting. So what's the ticker here? STMX, perfect. So STM, let's look at this up briefly because I think this actually does look interesting. Let's take a second to look at StormX here. So if we go over here to the site, I do believe, yeah. Okay, yeah, so you earn crypto through buying things in their marketplace. Okay, that's what it was. There's like a dozen projects within that, kind of like the same idea. So, okay, ooh, this is actually super interesting. So I think this is actually a bad spot to be buying. This is actually a terrible place to be buying. Okay, so I like this project, but now that just looking at this, this is a terrible place to be buying because we've previously established a base of support here at kind of 2 cents, and we've broken below it, and we're now coming up to retest it. So we're literally right up against resistance here. See, this previous support here is now going to act as resistance since we're below it. So this is literally the worst possible time to be buying StormX, because I would, if I want to buy it, I would want to wait for breakout and then a bullish retest of 2 cents, and only in that case would I buy. So honestly, guys, I like this project, but I find it very difficult to be buying this project right now, just because it's literally right up against resistance and we have not broke out. So I like this project and I would be getting that exposure, but just in all good conscience, I can't buy resistance. I can't buy it right now. It's just, again, like, well, because here's the thing. I'm looking to hold this portfolio for the next 3 to 6 months. So I suppose a couple percentage differences don't really matter, but it's not really a couple percentage differences. Like, this could fall 40, 50%. We're right up against resistance. Like, yeah. So I'm going to keep StormX on my radar. I'm not going to buy it now. Just we're right up against resistance and have not broken out. So I'm going to wait to see if we break out bullishly, but that's definitely one I want to keep on my radar. Folks, one project that if you've been watching this channel, you know I'm in love with. I've been buying every single dip on this project. This is DeCe. DeCe is a low cap competitor to basic attention tokens. Super bullish quarter for this project this year. All right, guys, I've talked about DeCe endlessly before. I'm sure if you've watched the channel, you already know everything I'm going to say with DeCe. So, you know, we are a little bit down. We did get rejected exactly where I said we would. And so we are a little bit down. So given that we're a little bit down and a little bit red, I do feel okay buying right now because we are red. Again, folks, you want to buy pullbacks. You don't want to buy pumps. You want to buy pullbacks. So we are red. And so you know, I can justify to myself buying because at least I'm buying the red. It's not, again, folks, right now, I'm not looking for the best possible entry right now. I'm just looking to get that initial exposure. And then later on, I'm looking for better entries, bullish retests, bullish breakouts, perfect entries, that kind of thing. But for now, I'm just looking to get that initial exposure. So with DeCe, let's see how much I'll go for. I'll buy 1,000 DeCe right now. It's one of my favorite low cap gems. This thing, let's look up the market cap of this project. $9 million market cap, folks. This thing's stupidly undervalued. So I am buying DeCe on this dip. What else? You guys are mentioning some good stuff over here. VeChain, StormX got both cheap in January. Yeah, so I'm gonna take a look here at VeChain. I don't want to bounce back and forth too much between like these different niches because I want to just like can go through each one of these individually. So with VeChain, I love VeChain, but again, I'm finding it very difficult to buy in right now because we are right up against resistance and have not broken out. Man, I could see VeChain easily falling back down to around 7.5 cents. So, I mean, again, guys, I'm not looking for perfect entries, but like VeChain could fall 10%. And so, well, I do like VeChain. What I'm going to do now is just buy $100 worth. I'm going to go super easy. I would honestly want to buy a couple $100 worth of VeChain right now, again, for this 5K portfolio. But just for now, we're up against resistance. Not the best entry. In fact, a really bad entry. But again, this portfolio I'm building for the long term. So a couple percentage differences isn't going to really make a difference if I'm planning to sell in 6 months to 3 years. You know, if I'm planning to sell VeChain at $1, does 7 cents or 9 cents really make a difference? I mean, it does, but not that much. So I am buying a little bit of VeChain, a little bit, just a little bit. 1,000 VeChain just for now. I'll buy more once we go back down because we're right up against resistance. Is again not a great entry, but just to get that initial exposure, I am buying the dip on VeChain for the moment. Let's see what you guys are saying. Bought Stimmix at 1/7 of a cent. That's pretty cool, man. Get into PRQ, boys. PRQ, I've heard a lot about PRQ. I haven't heard a lot about it recently, but very, very interesting. Yeah, so let's keep going here, folks. Let's keep building this portfolio. So let's go back over here to CoinCodex. Again, folks, let's try and find stuff that's good, that's crashed into nothingness. So we bought Alpha, we bought Audio, we bought PCX. Again, not financial advice, but I do like these projects, and I do think, well, they are clearly down quite substantially. So let's keep looking here to see if there's anything that pops out in my man. So GRT, again, we bought that one. We bought the dip on that one. Cody, very interesting project, but I think I might just go for the blue chip Terra Luna. So Terra Luna, folks, this smart contract blockchain has been killing it, absolutely killing it. Coming out with Anchor Protocol, Cody, Mirror Protocol. Terra Luna is on fire. It is a blue chip in my opinion, and we're down 65% from all-time highs. So I'm definitely popping myself a bit of Terra Luna. That ecosystem has been absolutely killing it. It's growing all the time. The use case is growing all the time. And so this thing, in terms of the high caps, is down substantially. And so I'm definitely looking to cop some right now. In fact, yeah, I'll buy 25 Luna for the moment. Again, folks, for the newer people tuning in, I'm building a portfolio from scratch, 5K to see what happens. Right now, I'm looking to spend roughly 2K initially. All right, folks. And then later on, I'll be looking for better entries and dollar cost averaging my way in further later on. But for now, let's get some exposure to these good projects. So what else are you guys saying? So Happy Coin Prob or Shib. Shib is garbage in my opinion. 3K is just dipping your toe. Yeah, folks. Okay, so again, 5K. This is a 5K portfolio. I'm looking to spend only 2 to 3K right now. Again, just to get that initial exposure. Later on, I'll be buying the dip further once this market has further bullish confirmation. The more layers of major resistance Bitcoin flips into support, the more I will be dollar cost averaging my way into this market. So, John Ali says, please check out Rice and give your opinion on it. I'll check it out. Whatever happened to Superfarm, LOL. I haven't heard about it in ages. Well, I just bought some Superfarm because it is down a shit ton. Now, I don't know about Rice. I feel a little bit, people show me things and it's not even here. So, Rice Farm. Yeah, there's a few Rices. Honestly, anything with a Rice in the name like that, there's so many swaps. I'm not a giant fan, just straight off the bat. So let's see if there's anything else here that's down substantially that I could get my I could wrap my brain around. Band protocol, very interesting. Instead of band, I think I'm gonna go with Chainlink because Chainlink is the leader in the space, and it is down. What is it down? It's currently down 63% from all-time highs. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna buy myself some Chainlink right now for sure. So, and folks, some of you may notice I'm not buying any Bitcoin because I think Ethereum is kind of the safe bet. I think it has just as much long-term staying potential as Bitcoin and potentially a higher ROI. So let's see here. I'll buy Chainlink for the moment. And so again, guys, look, our portfolio is coming along pretty well so far. Again, we're right up against, we've spent about, $2,000 so far. I'm just gonna kind of review what we have so far. We have Ethereum. All right, I bought 0.25 Ethereum, 10 Chainlink, 25 Luna, the center, my favorite low cap, Alpha Finance, bit of a DeFi, decentralized exchange play, the Graph Gert, super solid project that's down substantially, Audius, Spotify on the blockchain, Polygon, ChainX, Casper Network, Hathor, VeChain, a 30 chain super farm. Perfect. Okay, cool. So, all right, so we've spent $2,000. I said I was looking to spend around $2,000, but I want to keep going because I'm not quite satisfied just yet. So, look, I went through CoinCodex. Now, let's take a little bit of a different approach. Again, I have multiple tools in my tool bag. One tool is looking at just what's down a lot that you think's good. Another tool is TokenMetrics. Again, folks, for those who don't know, TokenMetrics is an AI-fueled price predictions and portfolio suggestions platform. They have machine learning to, that shows you guys what they think will be the highest performing assets based off a year and based off quarterly investing, so on and so forth. So According to TokenMetrics right now, they seem to like Filecoin and Theta Network. OKB is currently the #1 pick for investing on a year-long horizon. I'm not too familiar with OKB. I am more familiar with Filecoin. I'm more familiar with Theta Network. Theta has been doing a lot in this space right now. Lots of developments recently with Theta, and so I'm gonna probably buy some Theta right now. I like Theta a lot. I'm sure it's down substantially from all-time highs. If we actually pull up the chart, let's take a look. Because again, we've okay, so we've spent $2,000. So right now we want to be a little selective. So okay, thank God. So the Theta is actually sitting on the 200 EMA. So I said thank God because we're sitting on support. So at least with this, if I bought right now, I'm buying support. I'm not buying resistance. You do not want to buy resistance. You want to buy support, not financial advice. So thankfully we're on support. So I do feel okay about buying Theta. So I will purchase some Theta right now. So I'm going to try and cap myself at maximum spending another $1,000 because I do want to have roughly half of my portfolio left to buy if we dip further, if the market crashes. I want to have something left to buy the dip further. And so right now, let's see, I'll add maybe 100, 200 bucks worth of Theta. Maybe I'll buy 15 Theta for the moment, buy 100 bucks worth of Theta right now. So that's what I'm doing with that. Again, folks, if we're doing this in real life, you would want to avoid some of these decentralized exchanges like Uniswap. You'd want to avoid some of those higher gas fees. So if I were doing this in real life, I would be buying this on Binance, and the vast majority of these coins is on Binance. If you guys want to know where something is listed, where you can buy and where you can trade something, look up the individual project on CoinGecko, and if you scroll down, it'll tell you everywhere it's listed. So that is where you find where things are listed. And so again, when it comes to a year-long horizon, Theta Network is one of the their favorites here. OKB, Celsius Network, Filecoin are great. Sure, I personally like Theta a little bit more, so I'm going with Theta. Now, let's go to the quarterly chart. Let's see what TokenMetrics thinks is good for investing on a quarterly time horizon. And one of their top picks here is PancakeSwap. Now, I actually like PancakeSwap a lot. Not because I like the Binance Smart Chain ecosystem. It's highly centralized. That's no bueno. I like it because PancakeSwap has been getting a lot of users, a lot of value in their value locked in their ecosystem, a lot of volume. And so if retail comes back into this market, PancakeSwap is going to be heavily used. It's down quite substantially. If we take a look, if we pull up the chart here, let's actually measure how much we're down. And I would also go for something like this because, excuse me, holy shit, this thing's down 68% from all-time highs. And you can stake this on PancakeSwap, earning like over 100% APY. So this thing could drop like 50%, lose half its value in a year. You'd break even. Like this is pretty amazing. So I would actually buy PancakeSwap right now. Again, we're pumping, maybe not the best entry in the world, but again, long-term hold. I would take this and stake this on PancakeSwap, earning 106% APY currently. So I would definitely buy myself. Honestly, I'd probably go a little bit more heavy into PancakeSwap just for that staking feature that they have. Kind of get that exposure to the Binance Smart Chain ecosystem. So instead of going into like BNB as well, I would probably kind of wrap it up with Cake. So I'm buying $200 with the Cake, a little bit heavy into Cake, but again, they have that over 100% staking on PancakeSwap. So super high staking rewards on PancakeSwap, and so that's why I'm going a little bit more heavy into PancakeSwap, just because the staking rewards are pretty high. And so again, folks, for the people just tuning in, I'm building a portfolio from scratch to try and sell whenever this bull run ends, because I don't think it's ending now. Even if we enter a quote-unquote bear market, I do think eventually things are going to come back. I don't know if that's 3 years. I don't know if that's three months. I don't know. But I'm building this portfolio to try and sell off near the end of this year. If not, I'm holding until 2024, 2025, the next likely bull cycle due to the next Bitcoin halving. So that's my investment time horizon. Again, I'm trying to invest, $5K total, $2,000 to $3,000 right now, and then later on with the remaining $2,000, I'll buy the dip on more stuff. So for now, PancakeSwap and Theta Network, based off what TokenMetrics is saying, it makes sense in my opinion. I know these projects, I like these projects. So given the fact that TokenMetrics and their price prediction models seem to like it, I'm definitely going for it. And folks, again, if you guys want access to TokenMetrics, I invite you to check out the link down in the description below. It really helps with the channel if you sign up. I'm pretty sure you guys get a discount if you use our link, and it helps us out. I think you can stake BUSD on PancakeSwap for 48% APY. Yeah, I think you can stake stablecoins for stupid high APY. You can pretty sure you can stake Cake and earn like 60% on UST, which is Terra Luna's stablecoin. So yeah, folks, tons of crazy high APY farming. So I'm actually a liquidity provider on PancakeSwap because you can earn crazy high interest rate like 200%, 300% APY through becoming a liquidity provider. The issue is with something like Uniswap is the fees. The fees are super high. But with PancakeSwap and Binance Smart Chain, the fees are very, very little. Super low. So yeah, crazy high staking on PancakeSwap, and so I'm definitely taking advantage of that by going a little bit heavy into PancakeSwap just to take advantage of that APY. Because at least with this, even if PancakeSwap drops further, I'll have that yield, the kind of cushion, the perhaps not best entry. And right now I'm not focused on the perfect entry. I'm just focused on that exposure because this is a long-term portfolio, and a couple percentage differences over the long term isn't going to make that much of a difference. So that's that. That's what I'm going basing my stuff off of. And again, folks, TokenMetrics, link for that is down in the description below. So let's kind of review what I have so far. So Ethereum is my first number one pick here. $500 worth of Ethereum, followed by PancakeSwap, followed by Chainlink, Terra Luna, DeCe, Alpha, Gert, The Graph, Audius, Polygon, ChainX, Casper, Theta, Hathor, VeChain, Eternity, and Superfarm. That is not a terrible portfolio. Right off the bat, now, something I'm going to do is I'm actually going to buy $50 worth of Polkadot and $50 worth of Kusama because parachain auctions are starting. I'm bullish on that ecosystem. And I also think it's going to be very, very interesting to see which one will outperform the other moving forward. Because if I buy $50 worth of each, I want to see who outperforms who over the long term, Polkadot or Kusama. Now, I think Kusama is likely to outperform Polkadot, but we'll see because I plan on holding this portfolio for months. And so I'm initially putting $50 into each. I'll maybe buy some more later on. So we'll see who outperforms who. So I'm buying some Kusama right about now. So let's see here. Let's see if I can get exactly $50 here real quick. $50. Let's see. Close enough. There we go. All right. So I'm also adding Polkadot and Kusama. Also, I'm going to be buying a little bit of Cardano. Cardano has a daily candle. We had a daily candle close above the 100 EMA on the daily. That is good to see. That is bullish. I feel a little bit better about buying Cardano right now because we got above. We had a daily candle closing above this 100 daily EMA. This is super critical, folks. When you're trying to find out when an uptrend will end, what I do is I find a moving average, EMA, SMA, doesn't matter, that hugs the entire impulse up. So here, we were ranging up, we had a correction, we found support on this EMA, and we never dipped below it all throughout our uptrend. At least we never had daily candles closing below it. So it constantly held our support. We never broke below. Here's support, until now. We broke down, had daily candles getting rejected, super bearish. Whenever we lose a moving average that's held throughout the entire length of the impulse, that's typically the end of the length of the impulse. But the fact that we just had a daily candle closing above it, the 100 daily EMA, is super good to see. Now, I would want extra bullish confirmation out the ass, but for now, it is good to see that we did have that daily candle closing there, and so I will buy a little bit of Cardano right now. Maybe let's see what I'm feeling. I've been buying a lot. I'm not gonna have much less left to buy the dip on all this stuff, so I'll buy. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll buy. Oh, fuck it. Nah, yeah, I'll buy just a little bit right now. I don't want to go crazy. I just want to get that kind of initial exposure to Cardano, and then later on, if maybe better entries, we'll buy some more. So let's see. I want to think, is there anything kind of glaring that I'm missing? So, I kind of went through some of the stuff I like, but let's go through some of the categories, go through some of the niches, and see if I'm kind of missing anything major. So in the meanwhile, let's see what you guys are saying. So Crypto Coffee is saying, Brandon, you're the man, keep it up. Great to see you guys cool-headed and straight with the madness with the last several weeks. Appreciate that. You guys are awesome. Appreciate the kind words. Yeah, and guys, look, we do it for you guys, you know. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff. We appreciate, you know, all your guys' kind words and help. We, you know, every like we get helps with the channel. So, yeah, guys, look, it's been quite a tumultuous time. And, you know, we're in this market ourselves, right? And, you know, if you're in this market and you're experiencing losses, unrealized losses, we're right there with you. So, guys, you know, we're going to be here every day telling you guys what we think is the most important stuff to consider. Right now, we're heavily into Bitcoin. If you've been watching the channel for months, you'd know that we typically don't speak about Bitcoin. We're like purely like an altcoin channel. But Bitcoin right now is fully leading the market ever since the major correction began. And so right now, it's important to understand Bitcoin more than anything else. So that's why we've been focusing on it so much. So guys, look, we're here to stay in this space. We're going to be here the next 5-10 years. Like, we're here to stay. Crypto's here to stay. So bull market or bear market, we're going to be letting you guys know everything that we're considering, all the major factors. So folks, make sure you stay tuned. This channel, do not go anywhere. So I think I might be a little bit lacking when it comes to DeFi. I don't have a whole lot of DeFi. Decentralized finance. Yeah, definitely not touching meme tokens. That's garbage. Governance, Solana. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Is there any kind of major niche that I'm missing that I want some exposure to? You're an ecosystem. Yeah. I think maybe there's more interesting stuff in NFTs for sure that we could further explore. I think one thing. Yeah, I think I'm maybe lacking a little bit when it comes to DeFi. Like, let's look at our portfolio here. Go back to our portfolio. I want to see what's missing. Like, there's not. I mean, Alpha Finance is kind of DeFi. Yeah, I think what I'm missing here is DeFi. So, I think what I want to do is one DeFi protocol I like is Anchor Protocol. You can stake stablecoins and earn up to like 20% APY on stablecoins. So this thing is down. Let's see how much. It's down a shit ton from all-time highs. So again, this project is native to the Terra ecosystem, and so let's actually measure. I want to see how much we're down from all-time highs. See if I can actually find the ticker for this project. Let's see here. Can't see it. Yeah. So, oof, this thing has crashed. Absolutely crashed. So let's measure this. I want to see how much we're down. So we're down 72% on a protocol where you can earn 20% APY on stablecoins. Yeah, I'm buying this thing. I am buying this thing for sure. So, yeah, I think the one thing that I'm lacking right now is DeFi. So I'm going with ANC here, Anchor Protocol. Nothing too crazy, because I do want to have some money later to buy the div further. So I'll probably throw like $50 in ANC for the moment, although it is a fantastic entry. So yeah, I'll buy 25 ANC for the moment. I'm trying to fight the urge to buy Aave just because I think Aave is like such a blue chip that maybe there's a higher ROI play. But for now, let's look up. Let's see if this is a good entry or not. Aave. Nah. We're pumping right up against resistance, moving average. Let's see, daily, week, 12-hour, strong, 4-hour. Yeah. I wouldn't be buying right now. Again, yeah, I'm trying to make it like, yeah, we're right up against resistance. I wouldn't be buying right now, no, because we're right up against resistance right now. So like, we're overbought, we're overextended. We've been pumping up against resistance. This is a terrible spot to be buying. So unless, like, I would only be buying, or I think it would make sense to be buying, again, not financial advice, is if we broke back down, came back to retest it, and then solidified previous resistance into support. Only in that case could we have upside potential. But buying right now doesn't make sense because we're right up against resistance and we could get rejected and fall down immediately. So I'm going to keep Aave on my radar. It's not a great entry, so I wouldn't be buying right now. We are overextended on the hourly. Yeah, no, I'm not buying this. So let's see what else is in DeFi that I should get. For the moment, let's see what you guys are saying. So Crypto Coffee saying ETH, ADA, Chainlink, and VeChain, all for long term in my opinion. Yeah, I have bought all of those. All of those I am buying. What do you think about Terra? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Give $50 worth of Hex and stake it. You'll outperform the rest of your portfolio. Maybe, man. What Hex has like what 48% staking, 50%, something like that. Yeah, again, I'm not a giant fan of that project. Just don't look at the supply circulation versus max for Filecoin. Yeah, guys. So let's see what else good here. Wow, it's late here in mine. I've been going for quite a while, haven't I, folks? You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying tuned. I hope you guys are enjoying this live stream. I find this fun. I think it's a lot. So I enjoy this. I enjoy building portfolios from scratch. So let's go to DeFi. I want to take a look at what's down in DeFi over the last 3 months. That's good. So let's see. Let's start looking. So right now, I'm taking a look at DeFi and what's down most based on 3 months. So far, nothing I recognize, nothing that jumps out to me as super interesting. Lena is potentially very interesting. Okay, I want something a bit more DeFi. I want staking. I want maybe Curve Finance, maybe miles per hour MPH. Saffron Finance, I've heard good things about these guys. Let's see here. I want to see if I can buy something a little bit more established. Keep looking here. Like what's something that's up the Armor protocol? Interesting. Cody, yeah. See, Synthetics, Mahadao, yeah, those two are very, very interesting plays. Now, I might go with Lena. Because Lena and Synthetics are both derivative plays. Sushi Swap. Interesting. 1 inch. Yeah, I don't have many exchange plays. So, in terms of exchange plays, Uniswap, Sushi Swap, 1 inch comes to mind. You know what, guys? I've spent a lot. I don't have to. I don't feel like I need to really delve into anything super crazy for the moment. Yeah, so you know what, guys, let's review our portfolio here, and let's see how much I've spent so far. So let's see here. Okay, so we have Ethereum, PancakeSwap, Chainlink, Terra, DeCe, Alpha, The Graph, Audius, Polygon, ChainX, Casper, Theta, Hathor, VeChain, Cardano, Eternity, Anchor, Superfarm, Polkadot, Kusama. So quite a few projects for sure. And so, okay, interesting. We spent about 2,500 for the moment, so I think that's fine. We've spent roughly half of what we had to spend, so I think that's fine for now. I do think I'm still lacking in certain areas. I do think I could probably get maybe. I mean, I don't know. I have Alpha Finance and PancakeSwap in terms of exchanges. I think I could probably go a little bit more heavy into DeFi, and I think there's probably some higher cap NFT plays that I would want to explore. Things like Flow, things like Engine Protocol, a bit more like established blue chip NFT plays. I would probably want some exposure to. Now the thing about Flow, these are the guys behind the NBA Top Shot. I don't think you could buy this if you're in North America. So unfortunately, I feel this might be a cop-out if I buy this because I'm located in North America and I cannot purchase this. I believe me, I've tried. So again, guys, I would want to sit on this and kind of explore my options a bit more. Again, Aave, I would probably want some, but it's at resistance. I don't feel comfortable buying resistance. Sushi Swap, Synthetics, interesting options. Curve, very interesting option. 1 inch. Perpetual Protocol, definitely something I'd explore. Kava, folks. I think this is very interesting. Kusama, DeFi play. Mirror Protocol, interesting. I don't think Mirrors is this cyclist play. I think the regulations and that, it's just too early. Injector Protocol, yeah. Alchemix, interesting. Yeah, okay, guys, I think this is fine for now. Again, I would want to go perhaps a little bit more Heavier DeFi, maybe Aave on a better entry. Linear is down substantially as well, and maybe some higher cap NFT plays. And if we take a look at the NFT ecosystem real quick, Shilly's Engine Coin, Flow. Yeah, so I think maybe Engine or Flow on a good entry is probably something I would want to look into next, right? And so for now, that's kind of my thoughts, folks. So let's see what else you guys are saying. So preparing for war says, Adam Million the Moon, you mentioned getting 20% on stable coins. Can you tell me where? Yes, I can, man. I can most definitely tell you. So on Anchor Protocol is native to the Terra Luna ecosystem. So some of you guys gotta understand, Terra Luna exists in its own native blockchain. Terra Luna, Anchor Protocol, they're all their own thing. So it's not like you can just move an ERC20 into the ecosystem. You gotta find a bridge. And so Terra Luna has a native wallet, native blockchain, and so you have to find things that can bridge them. And so I don't have the bridges. I don't remember them off by heart, but Anchor Protocol, you can earn roughly 20%. I do believe it fluctuates APY on this project. Hopefully this doesn't show my wallet. Yeah, so you can earn 19.42% on stablecoins on UST. That is substantial. And so they claim this is fixed APY, but it's not. It fluctuates like half a percentage point, but it's pretty much 20%. Like it'll fluctuate 19.2, 19.5. Like it fluctuates a little bit, but it's basically 20%. So on stablecoins, crazy high APY. This project is down substantially from all-time highs, and so this is one DeFi play that I've been buying the dip on for this Oracle, for this project, for this for this portfolio, and so that is that, folks. Thank you for the question. Thank you for your support. Solana is on fire. Yes, Solana. You know what, guys? Okay. So I don't want to completely leave the Solana ecosystem alone, and so what interests me with Solana is Solana DeFi. And when it comes to Solana DeFi, there's 3 Solana projects that I like. It's Ramp, Oxygen, and Mercurial Finance. Mercurial Finance is kind of like a stablecoin DeFi lending, borrowing, staking thing on Solana. And so this thing is down, just crashed into nothingness. And so this thing's listed on Gate.io, big exchange. Let's look it up. Mer. I want to see how much this is down because I actually might buy this now because, again, Mer is one of the most interesting DeFi plays when it comes to Solana, in my opinion. So I actually own this thing in my real portfolio, and I might just add it now to this paper portfolio if I'm compelled by. Oh my god. Yeah, this thing is down. I mean, look, guys, this price action is dog shit. Like, this is bad. You do not want to see this. Like, this is bad. Like, guys, look. These newer projects, super risky. Very risky. This could go to 0. I don't think it will, but it could. And so you guys got to be aware. Don't just blindly follow what I do. Again, I'm putting small amounts, $100, $200 in each one of these small projects. I'm not putting anything crazy. Highly diversified. All right, so I'm just getting exposure to these projects for the moment. Again, if this thing, starts to look better, I might buy some more. So I'll buy a little bit of this project right now because I do think Solana is here to stay, and therefore I think Solana DeFi is here to stay, and I think Mercurial Finance is one of the most interesting plays when it comes to Solana DeFi. It's a new project, very unproven. Just like we just saw, it's crashed into nothingness. So I would want to have some exposure to this project. So I'll buy just a little bit right now. So let's see, a little bit more than that. Let's see here. I'll buy 150 mer, $80, not a lot. That's fine for now. It's super low cap risky. That's fine. What else you guys saying? Heard great things about FTM the other day on the channel. Yeah, I'm not too familiar, but I'm sure there's great things. Thumper is saying I bought more as a risky alternative to Aave. Not trying to shill, just saying it's long-term hold for me. I got killed on Satara, bought at 12 cents, now at 2 cents, holding for a few years. Yeah, guys, you guys gotta be careful with these low caps. Lena, I like, but their banned protocol Oracle went down. About liquidated some folks, couldn't sell their synthetics to get. Oh, okay. So apparently their Oracle service went down and people couldn't execute orders on Lena. That is concerning. That does not inspire confidence For sure. So guys, look, we gotta remember this space is like super new, crazy new. It's unregulated too. So more finance. Let me take a look. So unknown market cap. If we kind of go to their website here, again, man, look, these newer projects. Okay, it's not, doesn't seem to want to load, but these newer projects, I don't know, man. I don't know if I put my money in this. Again, it just, this seems a little. Yeah, I don't know, man. I would personally. Why is this better than Aave? Nothing. Again, I'm just looking at it. Like I need to do more research, obviously, but why is this better than Aave? Well, unless I clearly understand why this is better than Aave, why would I go with this, which is super unproven and might not stick around, over Aave, which is the leader on the space? Thoughts on Dogecoin? Yeah, I think Dogecoin is absolute garbage, and I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. I'd maybe give it away to someone I didn't like. But that's pretty much it. Those are my thoughts with that. So, folks, to kind of review a bit here, right? I'm building a portfolio for the long term, starting with $5,000. I've spent roughly half of my portfolio for now. I will dollar cost average further into other projects when the market looks better. I'm starting to get a little bit tired here on my end, so I'll start to wrap it up. Ultimately, folks, you guys are the best. Like, subscribe, comment, share, hit that bell icon to be notified of uploads, because whenever I add to my portfolio on better entries, I will be letting you guys know. Whenever I buy something new, I will be letting you guys know, and I'll be updating you guys periodically on the performance of my portfolio moving forward, because it's going to be a long-term portfolio. I'm looking to sell near the end of this bull run. That could be 3 months from now, 6 months from now, 3 years from now. Who knows, right? So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how this portfolio performs over long term. And in fact, I'm messing, guy I run this channel with. He will be doing this the same thing soon, building out his portfolio using 5K. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see whose portfolio will outperform whose. So make sure you stay tuned for all of that. Just to briefly summarize what's going on here, we started with $5,000. My biggest hold so far with $500 is Ethereum. Then PancakeSwap because of the high APY. Chainlink because oracles are needed to grow smart contracts. Terra Luna, great ecosystem, constantly growing, down substantially from all-time highs. DeCe, my favorite low-cap gem. Alpha Finance, decentralized exchange. The Graph, basically the exact inverse of Chainlink. Audius, Spotify on the blockchain. Polygon, second layer scaling solution for Ethereum. ChainX allows Bitcoin to move into the Polkadot ecosystem. Casper network, smart contracts specifically for business. Theta, decentralized streaming. Hathor, super easy tokenization of smart contracts. VeChain, VeChain does everything nowadays. Like VeChain for the longest time was just like tracking on the blockchain, but now they're moving to NFTs. They have smart contracts. VeChain's a monster. Love VeChain. I'm really looking to. The only reason why I didn't buy more VeChain is because it's up against resistance. On a better entry, I'm definitely gonna be looking to add more VeChain. Mercurial Finance, a very interesting DeFi play within Solana. Cardano, ADA, obvious why. Again, I'd maybe buy more once we have more bullish confirmation. Eternity Chain, I think NFT play, it's down substantially, long-term staying potential. Anchor Protocol, 20% APY on stablecoins, great DeFi play. Terra Luna ecosystem. Super Farm, again, Elio Trades, super smart guy, here to stay. This project's here to stay. NFTs are here to stay. This thing's down substantially from all-time highs. I think it's a screaming opportunity. Again, all financial advice. Kusama, Polkadot, smart contract ecosystem, parachains are beginning to roll out. Super interesting, bullish tokenomics in the Polkadot ecosystem, because the way you become a Polkadot project is very different from Cardano, very different from Ethereum. Where Ethereum, you just create a smart contract, same with Cardano. But with Polkadot, if you want to be a Polkadot project, same with Kusama, you need a parachain slot. And the only way you get that is by staking a shit ton of Polkadot or Kusama and locking it up for a year. So once these Kusama and Polkadot parachains really get going, there's going to be dozens and dozens of projects locking up tens of millions of dollars of these coins for years. So super bullish tokenomics. So definitely want some exposure to this niche. And guys, moving forward, once we have better entries, we'll be buying the dip on some more stuff, taking some profits on some more stuff. And so we'll see how this portfolio performs over the long term. And so guys, again, my approach when it comes to building a long-term portfolio, I kind of want to be diversified into different niches. We have smart contracts, we have exchanges, we have oracles, we have some kind of out there plays like Decenter is, it's a browser play, Alpha Finance, that's an exchange play, Audius, Spotify the blockchain, so scaling. So different niches. That's what you want. You want DeFi, you want oracles, you want NFTs, you want different niches. Again, not financial advice, but that's what was attempting to do here. Is I'm trying to find good projects that I like, that I know why I like them, that are down substantially from all-time highs. And if you believe in them over the long term, the further they're down, the potentially, more return on investment potential there is. So guys, do your own research. That's it for me. I gotta go to sleep because I gotta get up early for another live stream tomorrow. We're gonna see if Bitcoin does indeed hold the line. We're currently holding support. Great to see. We'll see if that maintains. Currently, the DXY is pumping. That is very no bueno. We'll see how that turns out in the morning. Stock market is potentially a bit overexhausted. So if we have that pullback in the stock market, that could be no bueno for Bitcoin. So folks, make sure you stay tuned to the live streams because we live stream every morning, bringing you guys the most important stuff you need to understand this market. So folks, like and subscribe. If you want to check out TokenMetrics, highly recommend you check it out. Link for that is down in the description below. You guys get a discount if you use our link. I use TokenMetrics regularly for their AI price predictions, for their code reviews, and also they do have this new indicator that's kind of their own native indicator based off moving averages and some quant information that basically calls when they think the market's bullish and bearish. And so it is interesting data points. So they currently do think Bitcoin is bearish. So once Bitcoin turns bullish for TokenMetrics, that could be a bit of confirmation, right? Like no one thing's the end all be all. It's another tool in your tool basket. Do not place all your faith in any one thing, but if you can easily spare, I definitely highly recommend TokenMetrics. I use it regularly. It was because of TokenMetrics that I found my first 100x. I bought MATIC Polygon at 2 cents and I sold at $2. My first 100x, and it's because of TokenMetrics. Folks, check out TokenMetrics. Link for that is down in the description below. As well, they have like a portfolio tracker here, tons of stuff, ratings over here as well. So before, I want to show you guys like what they're about here. Just give you some like a scoop before I leave you all here. So they also have like a low cap index here. So this is what they think in terms of low caps are the best investments when on a year-long horizon. And folks, again, I'm getting tired over here. It's late for me, so this is what they think, folks. Check it out. Link for everything is down in the description. Ultimately, if you guys like what we do, you want to support us, become a VIP Discord member. Link for that is down in the description below. We talk about our entries, what we're buying. We update our members daily on the state of the market. We have tons of helpful resources in there for staking. Messin's been killing it up there with the daily morning updates. Also, by the way, you Discord members, all our Discord members are on top of it, just killing the game, constantly providing fantastic analysis in our Discord. Like, even aside from us, the people in our Discord are super knowledgeable. So folks, like, just check out our Discord, 100%. Also, I see someone over here saying, Cal Bass is saying, wow, look at all that beautiful hair. Yeah, man, you know what? A lot of people have been spreading some fake news that I have a bald head, but it's total fake news. As you can see, it's not bald. It is, in fact, real hair. So all these people spreading propaganda that I'm wearing a wig are all fake news propagandists, and we need to make this very clear. We also need to make it very clear the importance of staying hydrated. I stress this very much. I've been trying to teach Messin, the importance of hydration. He doesn't really seem to understand why it's important to be hydrated. He's often extremely dehydrated. I had to like send him a bottle of water through like Uber Eats the other day just so the guy can drink some water. So folks, make sure in tomorrow's live stream you tell Messin that he needs to stay hydrated because he's just very bad at staying hydrated. I'm like the king of hydration. I'm like, no, I have a lot of great attributes. One of them is hydration. And folks, again, for those who are like new to the channel, I like to be silly, I like to joke around, I like to be sarcastic, especially when it bugs Messin. I like to bust his balls. He's been going on this hydration crusade But I want to let him know, and you guys let him know too, that I in fact am more hydrated than Messin. Like and subscribe, folks.